Well guys, I'm starting on the fixture, the jig to hold the throttle body. I took that down, roughed it down to this shape. This is going to be cut off, this part. We're going to be using this and this. So I cut that down to, it's about 1/2 inch thick. And this is above our 4, this is probably about 4.5, I forget what the measurement was, but it's enough the outside of the throttle body that we can indicate it in. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting it to fit the forejaw and register flat here, and we're going to register it on that jaw, touching this jaw, touching that jaw. So what we need to do now is measure between here, see what kind of gap we got right here, and take that off the face of this where this is flat on here. Or we may look at the surfaces here, the face of this and the face of that, and see which one we could take it off of. And we're probably going to take it off the bottom because I want to keep this short as we can. But I'm going to get something and measure that. Matter of fact, it looks to be about the thickness of that ruler. But we're going to take, we'll measure this with calipers or micrometer. We'll chalk this up, take it off that face where we're set and registered on this and registered on that. That'll be very close right there. We'll go maybe 1/1000th past whatever this thickness is. And then we'll hack this off, face that off flat, and then when we put it in the forejaw, we'll have something flat to mount the throttle body to. I'm going to measure this and I'll get it all set up, and I might show y'all cutting it out. $21,000. I don't know if you can read that. So we're going to take 21 off of it and see what it does then on the forejaw. Alright guys, let's see if I can pull this off. Bring it down, set our indicator up where we can take our 20. We get the indicator set up, we'll take that little bit off, and then we'll take it off and cut it off right here. We're just going to be cutting 20 off there. I had it chucked up different, but it'll be fine just to take that little bit off. Free. We're at 70 RPMs. Not in gear. Okay. Let's change our feed rate, direction. Okay. Testing feed direction. All I'm going to do is just touch it. Touching here. Back off, shut the machine off. I'll set that indicator at 0. You can do it with the dials, but I haven't learned the dials on this as good yet. I haven't cut enough stuff on it to figure out how much it's taken each lick. I mean, I could look at the book, but I think we could take the 20 in one cut. So now we know we're touched off at the face. We'll dial it back 20 thousandths. Right there. Let's give it about 21, 20 and a half. Alright, now cut it back on and let it feed through that pass, and should be good. I was taking 50 at a time, 50 thousandths, well actually 100 thousandths, 50 per side yesterday. Just doing it fine. We may just hand feed it. That. I know you're probably going to see that. I need to get a tripod set up for this stuff. But we took our 20 and right at 21 thousandths. I'm going to take y'all off of here and we'll try it on the 4-jaw. If it does, we'll cut it off here and then we can finish it. Alright, let's see how we did. This is in 1 inch, 1 inch. Just to keep it symmetric. No gap. So we're sitting on the jaws and we're sitting on the face of the chuck. Now that ought to have to eliminate us having to bump this in. Now if we do run into that, and you know, once I put the holes in it for the valve body at this level, not up there, we don't want it sticking out that far. If we get any kind of run out on the face of it up here, when I start indicating it to put the bolt holes in it, I'll take it back off and we'll put a piece of paper or something behind it where I can tap it a little bit, you know, a couple thousandths to get it running flat. Or I could just face it off every time, but then our tool would just go to waste pretty quick. But this was an old cast iron hub, just like that. I turned on it yesterday and I had the ways all covered up. I'm going to clean this up and cover it up because I don't want that crap on there. That cast iron's gritty. Anyway, I'm going to get after it and I'll bring y'all back when we start getting it ready for the holes. Let that buzz through there and we'll shock it back up. I'll see if I can get you a better camera angle for when we're cutting on it. bore, 62 millimeter. This kind of stuff, I'll get a tripod or make up a camera mount on this thing so when we're doing stuff like this, which I probably will anyway because we're going to do that throttle body like this. I'll let her cut on through there. Till it stops cutting on the mag side, I'll pull it back out and measure it, see what we got. Alright, we're all the way through the board. Bring it back out. Still scraping because there's a little bit of flex in those boring bars. And this towel is not what you do when you're running a lathe, but this cast iron gets everywhere, so I'm trying to contain it best I can. I stand back so if it snatches my towel I won't have to worry about it. I'll just shut it down. Let's see roughly what we got. That's we're over our 4 inches, which our mountain bolts is going to be right about, close to the outside. So this ain't really got to be an accurate measurement. That's probably big enough right there. So we're going to break that edge, swap this tool bit out and break that edge and pull it out of there and we'll take a look at it. out of there. We'll take a look at it. Oh boy, she's done. This will be our jig. Made out. It was that when we started. When I started with it, it was that. Burn the poly off, soak it in vinegar overnight, which removes all the scale and rust. Chalk it up, make a mess, and we made it to fit in the forejaw where we could 4-point it in, and it's going to drop straight down and register on the face, and then the face there. So we're setting flat down on the chuck, and when we tighten the jaws up, it'll be backed up by the jaws right there. And the bolt pattern for the throttle body, the whole base where your throttle body mounts, the whole square part cut out on the intake is 4 inches. So that gives us 8/64 over 4 inches. And the bolt holes are from corner to corner. It'll be 8/64 in from number 4, or for 4 inches. So it's going to put the bolt holes about right there on all 4 corners. But we'll center that up on there when we go to bore it, and then we'll put it in this forejaw. If we got it off any at all, we can move that chuck that way, this way, to center up the bore, which is why one of the reasons I did this, to go ahead and smooth that out and give us a place so when we bore through the throttle body, we got somewhere to go. I'd have to do the math on the millimeters for 62 millimeters in inches. Y'all know me, I didn't, but that should be plenty. Anyway, oh boy, supper's ready. I was just informed. Not too bad out of an old wheel. And I won't do that again though. I'll get steel from now on, because that cast iron makes a damn mess. I mean, it's free though. I can get this for free, and it cuts like butter. But that'll be our mounting thing. If we need to make the bore bigger in here when we start boring on the throttle body, we will. And if we screw the throttle body up, oh well, we'll get another one out of the junkyard, but it's worth a try. But one more look at it. Look how far that bore was off from this end, but we got it all true on that end. Everything's slick, ready to go. Oh, and thank y'all guys bought this blade, super cut, made in the USA. Let's see here. Yeah, boy. I think that's Rathdrum, Indiana. I've noticed at Harbor Freight they starting to carry made in the USA stuff. It's weird. Anyway, I put that cabinet up too. Me and Jennifer, I thought we was gonna kill each other before we got it up. That's a Chinese marriage testing puzzle. Piece of shit what it is, but I'm gonna clean my mess up, and I will see y'all next time. This towel ain't right, and I'm gonna hear from you guys, but that cast iron will chew up some metal. So I was only working in a space this long, so it wasn't moving that much. But anyway, there you go guys. I will talk to you later, and y'all have a good one.